Yes. Yeah. Morning all. So myself, I'm Vijay. Like I hold 20 plus years of experience, which includes around 10 plus years of experience in Python environment. My experience includes design, development, and implementation of Python and Django-based applications. Well versed in implementing different Python libraries like NumPy, CP, Pandas, PyTables, Matplotlib, right? Yes. Before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear? Right. Whether the screen is visible or not?
Yes, it is visible and clear.
Fine. Mhm. So as part of today's demo, I'll be discussing the following things, right?
I think voice is very low.
So why Python? Why Python, right? Yes. Already we have got many other programming languages why Python is required, and that too, Python is not a kind of technology which is very recently used. That is very recently introduced, right? It was introduced in the year 1989. But why all of a sudden Python is suddenly super popular? If you go back like 15 years to 20 years, right, like 2007 or 2010, nobody knows that there was a programming language like Python. But all of a sudden, why Python is suddenly super popular? Reasons which makes it super popular. And who can learn Python? What are the prerequisites? Who can learn Python? What are the prerequisites, right? There are no prerequisites for learning Python. Anyone can update with Python. The Python statements look like normal English statements. They are not as
Hello,
complex.
Vijay sir.
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Everyone try to respond. Is my voice audible to all?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
audible but very low voice.
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Yeah. So yes, everyone try to respond once again. Is my voice is very low?
it is clear now.
It's clear. Okay. Yeah, fine. So Python statements look like normal English statements. They are not as complex as other programming languages. I'll just I'll just brief you with taking some examples. By comparing this Python programming with other programming languages, you can check coding wise, length wise, complexity wise, you can check how simple the Python statements and how Python was built. How Python was built means Python has taken features, some features from one programming, takes other features, right? In this way, from multiple programming languages, it has taken the features and it was built. That's why we call Python as a hybrid language. I will brief you from which programming, what are the various features Python has got, and what we will be discussing as part of our course. Python real-time applications. What kind of applications are we developing today by using Python? Python mostly used for developing what kind of applications? Before you update with any technology, you need to know what kind of applications are developed, right? And Python usage. Who are using Python today? Who are using Python today? Top most applications built using Python, right? And Python features which you are not able to see in other programming languages. What are the features you see in Python itself, right? Python compared with other programming, coding wise, length wise, you can check how Python, right? How simple the Python statements and reasons why it is super popular. And this current job market of Python and scope of Python in the coming years, right? Yes. Starting with why Python, right? Yes, I define Python in 5 lines. So if you've got any queries during this about this particular topic, immediately you can ask. But if general query, you can ask at the end of the session, right? So yes, so Python is a I define Python in 5 lines. It is a general purpose programming. Python is a general purpose programming. Yes, one by one, I'll brief you. It's a general purpose programming language. What do you mean by general purpose programming? See, before Python, there were some programming languages like Pascal, Fortran, COBOL. If you heard about these programming languages, right? Pascal, Fortran, COBOL. These are purpose-based languages. These are purpose-based languages. Yes. Purpose-based languages, they are used for a specific purpose, not for all the purposes. Pascal for complicated mathematical applications, Fortran for scientific applications, and COBOL for business applications. They are used for a particular purpose or specific purpose, not for all the purposes. But a language which is suitable, yes, which is suitable for developing any kind of applications, but a language which is suitable for developing any kind of applications. Such a language we call it as general purpose programming. Right? Yes. Which is suitable for developing any kind of application. Such a language we call it as general purpose programming. Example, Python. Example of this is Python. Using Python, you can develop any kind of applications like automation applications, web applications, big data applications, data science applications, networking applications, graphic applications, GUI based applications, desktop applications, embedded applications, networking applications. In this way, wide varieties of applications you can develop. So it is called as general purpose programming, because of which we calling it as general purpose programming. It is not purpose based. It is not for a particular purpose. It is for all the purposes. Later I will be briefing you what kind of applications are we developing, right? So Python is a general purpose programming. It has got a multi programming features. Python has got multiple programming languages features, right? Multi programming. Yes. What all the features we see in different other programming languages, all the features we see here in Python. Because of this multiple programming features, we are calling Python as a hybrid language. High level language, right? Yes, Python is a high level language. One second. What is this? Python is a high level language. Okay. So there are two types of languages discussed, right? Two types of languages. High level language. Secondly, low level language. High level language and low level languages. Example of this high level language like assembly level language or machine level language, right? These languages, machine level language or assembly level languages, firstly, they are not human understandable. They are not human understandable. Secondly, they are not portable. The code can't be carried from system to system, right? They are not portable. And thirdly, this high level languages, sorry. Low level languages, example is assembly level. So low level languages, right? Assembly level language or machine level languages, they are not human understandable and they are not portable and they are machine dependent. They cannot run on all the hardwares and all the operating system. I can say they are machine dependent. Low level languages like assembly level or machine level languages, they are not understandable, human understandable, they are not portable, machine dependent. They cannot run on all the hardware and all the operating systems. But high level languages like Python, example of high level language, Python. So this Python easily understandable, looks like normal English statements, that portable, the code can be carried and can run on all the hardware and all the operating system. Machine independent, human understandable, portable, machine independent, can run on all the hardware and all the operating system. So Python is a high level language. Interpreted language. Python is an interpretation language, right? So here also you can see two categories of languages. Check it 1 second. Compilation languages and interpretation languages. Compilation languages like example of compilation languages like C language. Interpretation example like Python. Compilation language like C language, interpretation like Python. What is the difference between compilation and interpretation? Compilation, for example, if you have got some lines of code, in the case of compilation, it executes the entire code at once. Interpretation, line by line execution, right? Line by line execution, statement by statement, line by line interpretation, right? Which makes debugging easy, right? Yes. So Python is an interpretation. All the statements it will execute at once, and it will display the errors if any. It got 5 errors or 3 errors, right? But here it's not like that. Statement by statement. If any error occurs in this particular statement, it won't execute the remaining statements. That is, if any error in this particular line, it won't execute the remaining statement. And user-friendly programming or programmer-friendly programming, right? Python is a user-friendly programming or programmer-friendly programming which provides simple syntaxes, which looks like normal English statements, right? Understand this. So Python is a general purpose programming, not for a particular purpose, for all the purposes. It has got multiple programming languages features. It's a high-level language, easily understandable, portable, and machine independent. Interpreted line by line execution, user-friendly programming, right? Yes. Right. So now coming to this multiple programming features, what programming features Python has? Yes. Python has got multiple programming languages features. Python has procedural oriented programming features. Python has got procedural oriented programming features like example like C language. Object oriented programming features. Object oriented programming features example like C++ and Java. Python has got features like procedural oriented features, object oriented programming features. It has got features of scripting. Python has got scripting features. Example like shell script. What is that? Shell script. And it has got features of modular programming. Procedural-oriented programming like C language, object-oriented programming like C++, Java, scripting features like shell script, modular programming features like modular thread. So because of these multiple programming features, Python, we call Python as a hybrid language. So just like C language, like just like Java, like modular 3, we can develop different varieties of applications. Yes. Two major programming languages which are used for enterprise applications creations, Java and Python and Java. Python and Java are the two major programming languages used for enterprise applications creations. But these Java programmers or developers are strictly restricted to use only object-oriented programming. Without this object-oriented programming, you cannot write a single Java programmer application, compulsory object-oriented. But in Python, with object-oriented, without object-oriented, with procedural-oriented, or with modular programming, we can develop different varieties of applications. And Python is one of the best scripting language with vast varieties of libraries. It has got many libraries towards scripting. So today, like it is using writing automation scripts in DevOps, in IoT, in robotics, right? And modular programming. Python has become super popular today because of this modular programming, where Python providing thousands of modules. 89,300 inbuilt modules Python is providing for every environment. Whatever environment you are from, Python is providing a module for data science, for big data, for networking, for testing, for each and every environment, right? For example, we discuss more on these modules. So it has got separate modules Python is providing. For example, the talk of the industry, data science. In this data science, separate modules Python is providing, right? Yes, for big data. So for data science, like around 10 to 15 modules, Python is providing for data science, like NumPy, CP, Pandas, Matplotlib, CP, Scikit-learn, TensorFlow. Even for big data, right? Python has got separate like PySpark. And for networking, not only separate module, separate framework itself, Python is providing, right? For networking environment, and for testing or for test cases, separate module Python is providing. And for operating system kinds of activities, for OS kind of activities, OS, for operating system kinds of activities, right? Separate modules. The name of the module itself is OS here. The name of the module itself is OS for creating a directory, for removing a directory, for listing out what is present in particular directory, for renaming, for all these things, OS related activities. For each and every database, Python is providing a module. If you want to connect with Oracle, if Python wants to connect with Oracle, right? If it wants to connect with Oracle, separate modules. What is that module like CX underscore Oracle? So using this, Python can easily connect with its Oracle database, and you can perform all the SQL level operations, right? Yes. By writing Python code only, you can create tables within this database. You can create table, we can insert, we can remove, we can mod, all those operations we can perform. Similarly, for each and every database, for MySQL, it has got separate module Python is providing like PyMySQL. For SQL Server, for every database, Python providing very simple. This Python connecting with any database, right? Just hardly takes 1 minute. Discussion is enough, right, to connect with any SQL Server like PyODBC is this module. In this way, not only for the databases, but each and every file format. For Excel file, just by writing Python code and execute the Python code, you can see Excel file getting created. And apart from this, for CSV files, for CSV files, for Excel files, CSV files, for JSON files. The name of the model itself is JSON. For CSV, the name of the model itself is CSV. For XML files, yes. For PDF files, by writing Python code only we can read data, we can write data to these files. For mathematical operations, we have got math module, and for statistical operations, right? So in this way, we have got many modules, like thousands of modules. Even for generating graphs, normal graphs, bar graphs, histogram, scatter plot, stack plot, pie graph. So in this way, many different types of graphs we can generate using Python. The tomorrow session, just I'll be briefing you how to generate a graph using Python. So you can just see sample codings, how this Python statements look. Just with 2 lines, 3 lines, you can generate a graphs using Python. Simple syntaxes, right? So these are some of the examples. In this way, thousands, 89,300 modules Python is providing. Yes. So before you update with any tech, you need to know what kind of applications you are getting developed. Python real-time applications. One by one I discussed, right? First one, mostly used in creation of web applications today. You may ask a query immediately. So how come Python used in web applications from last 20-25 years? Java, .NET are mostly used in developing web applications. Why again Python, right? So Python using the framework like Django framework. Python has got a framework like Django framework. At a rapid speed, you can develop an application with very less coding, not even 1/4 coding, right? So it has got its own database also like SQLite 3. It has got its own application server. Many flexible features Python is providing, right? Even around 30 to 40% of the code is auto-generated, right? And apart from this, Python is mostly used in automation applications. In automation applications. In automation applications using technologies like data science, using technologies like IoT, using like DevOps, right? Yes. IoT, right? It's a physical network or device embedded with software, sensors, electronics for collecting data, exchanging data, and controlling the things from the place where we are, right? So here, in a simple way, electronic devices connecting and communicating with each other. So here, 90% of the coding written in Python. Data science, everything deals with the data. Data has got experience, data has got future reference. Using data or data science, we perform data analysis, data predictions, data classifications, data clustering, data recommendations. So it is a blend of technique. The main technique what we see in data science, ML, machine learning, right? Yes. Yeah, what many techniques for machine learning, regression, classification, clustering, pattern matching. For all these techniques to implement, we require a language. To code, we require a language. So Python is the mostly chosen or mostly used programming for implementing or developing this data science related applications, right? Yes. Java is never preferred for this data science and these kinds of applications. One more major area where Python is mostly used in big data applications. In big data applications. Big data is, for example, today if we see huge data is getting generated everywhere, you should have seen the KBs of data or MBs of data or GBs of data or TBs even. But today data is generating in petabytes. 1 petabyte equal to like 1024 TB. Already, yes. 1 TB is a large storage unit, but today data is generating in petabytes. If we talk Facebook, Twitter, Google, all these things, right? Bank transactions, telecom transactions, they're generating huge data. For this huge data storage and processing, for this huge data storage and processing, we have got like big data tools like Hadoop, Spark, especially Spark, very high speed processing, right? Implemented using Python. We call it like PySpark. Yes. Apart from this, yes, Python is used for graphical user interface or for animations. Some examples like TK Inter, PyQt are some examples, right? Apart from this, for scientific applications, CP, for scientific applications, for numerical applications, for numerical analysis, NumPy, numerical Python, and for yes, for game development, right? Especially for developing games, right? Like single user, multi-user online games. For developing games, a separate framework Python is providing like Pygame. Yes, separate framework like Pygame. So Pygame and Pykara are the two frameworks given by Python for developing games in Python, right? For 3D rendering games, for 3D games, right? Python is providing like PySoy. For scheduling task, right? Yes. For testing or for test cases, for software development, yes. Python, right? Software developers make use of Python as a separate language. And for business applications, Python is one of the best choice for developing e-commerce projects, right? E-commerce websites. And one of the hottest application of Python, database application. Python can connect with any database, right? Yes. Database applications, right? Yes. Yes, Python can connect with any database like Oracle, MySQL, DB to SQL Server. And for web scraping, means extracting data or harvesting data from different websites like Flipkart, Amazon, right? So here we have got separate models like URL lib, BS4. Mhm. Web scraping, right? URL lib. And for networking applications, For networking applications, right? Yes, networking, a separate framework itself Python is providing, like Twisted Python, a framework given by Python for developing networking applications or programs. Yes, for embedded applications. The most famous embedded application like Raspberry Pi, which uses Python for its computation. Audio or video applications. Many audio or video applications are getting developed. Some applications which already developed like Team Player, C Player, some examples. For for CAD or 3D CAD applications. Computer vision. Computer vision for face detection and object detection, right? So many projects are getting implemented, right? Right. And for data analysis, robotics with Python, desktop applications creations, desktop applications are single user console applications. So these are some of those examples, right, who are using Python and applications of Python, right? Yes. What kind of applications we can develop. In this way, thousands of modules, right? Just, I'll take 5-10 minutes more. Who are using Python today? Who are using Python today? Topmost applications built using Python. Topmost applications built using Python. Google is one of the best example of Python web application. Google web crawling is first written in Java. It was too difficult. It was rewritten in Python. Yahoo using Python. YouTube using Python for its video sharing service. Yes. Facebook, correct? Yes. Google, Yahoo, YouTube, Facebook, right? Yes. Instagram. Yahoo, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, right? It's built using Python. The prime reason for Instagram to choose Python practicality in its hybrid features. Uber pricing algorithm implemented using Python and ML, machine learning, right? Yes. NASA using Python for its research and development activities. Other applications like Quora, Reddit, Pinterest. Yes. Quora, Reddit, Pinterest. The popular OTT platform like Netflix using Python for its security, automation, subscription related things. Dropbox using Python, right? The MMOG, massively multiplayer online games. Maya, a powerful 3D animation which uses Python script. Right. iRobot for military and commercial operations. Military and commercial operations, right. And a BitTorrent using Python. BitTorrent using Python, right? Yes. Yes. And companies like IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, all this, they use Python for hardware testing purpose. IBM, Seagate, Qualcomm, etc. So these are some of those examples, right, who are using Python today. Topmost applications built using Python. Even you can check it in this Google, right? Yes. I can check, open your Chrome browser, right? Within this applications developed using Python, you can say. So Instagram, Dropbox, Pinterest, Reddit, Quora, machine learning, Spotify, Uber technologies, in this way, many more. Facebook, web development, Netflix, Discuss, CAD applications, Instamart. In this way, many applications developed using Python. And from the discussion what we had till now, right? Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? Yes. Yes, first one, very less coding. You see, most of the programmers or developers are attracted towards Python, migrating towards Python because of this very less code. Even not even 1/4 coding as compared with other programmings. Simple syntaxes, which look like normal English statements. Very less code, simple syntaxes. One more important feature like interactive mode given by Python. Interactive mode, we can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, it gives response. For example, at the bottom search panel, type CMD, press enter. Python is already available in my system. Right. So just type Python and say enter. Python opens in interactive mode. Any valid Python statements you can type here. I'm asking what is 3 plus 5? Saying 8. I'm asking what is 23 into 45? X as 10, Y as 5. What is X? What is Y? What is X plus 5? What is X minus 5? X into Y, X by Y. Any valid statements you can type and check. X equal to hello. X into 3 prints hello for 3 times. X into 5 prints hello for 5 times. Say quit, it will come out of this. So in this way, you can easily interact with Python statement by statement. This kind of interaction you cannot see in other programming language. Next, multi-programming features. Multi-programming features. And wide varieties of applications we can develop. Wide varieties of applications. Many built-in library. Many built-in libraries. 89,300 modules Python has got for different. These are the reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? Yes. Very less code, simple syntaxes, interactive mode, multi-programming features, wide varieties of applications, and thousands of modules. Today, Python is the #1 ranked programming with diversified number of applications creations. Yes, you can see, you can just open Google and show you, right? I'm just opening Google, right? Popular coding language. I will type like popular coding language. Yes, popular coding language. Can you see popular programming languages? Popular programming languages. Python is the leading choice. What it is saying? Python is the leading choice. Yes. For example, see all the results for it. Yes, you can see Python is the #1 ranked. Here, yes, Python most popular programming languages used by top 25 unicorns. See this Python, right? Yes. Python stands #1 ranked programming, right? Python stands first with most usage. Next comes Java, JavaScript. What programming languages should you learn? Python first. Next comes JavaScript, another. Right. See, top 10 programming languages. Python stands first. See, most popular programming language of 2025. Python. Next comes Java, JavaScript. Even if you see the rankings also here. See, emerging programming languages by popularity. Python. Next comes Java and JavaScript. Ranking also, Python is the #1 ranked here. Can you see rank 1 Python, rank 2 Java, rank 3 JavaScript. Ranking wise also Python stands first. If you see this diagram, right? If you see this mostly used programming, can you see Python 30% use, Java 22% use, C++ 13%, 4%, right? In this way. And even if you see that what are job openings for this Python and average salaries, right? Rank by average salary, Python stands first. Ranking by volume of job openings, Python stands first. And even if you check this jobs, Python jobs, right here, check it. Python jobs. Python jobs. You can see lots of jobs for Python. 1,92,273 Python openings. Not only like Python jobs, even if you want to, if you have got knowledge on this framework, Python frameworks like Django framework, you can also search for Django jobs. It's a Python framework jobs, right? Yes. And click it, thousands of jobs for this. Can you check it here? 29,847 Django job vacancies in August. And if you want to see what I'm going to discuss as part of this course, starting with Python basics, why Python, what is Python, history of Python, applications, features, advantages of Python, versions of Python, installation. Step by step, I'll show you how to download and how to install. Hardly it takes just 1 minute to download and install Python. Flavors of Python, Python operations, Python mode of execution, interactive mode, batch mode, editors and IDEs, data types, constants, variables. Right. Type conversions, escape sequences, strings, operators in Python, arithmetic comparison, logical assignment, shorthand, bitwise, membership identity, Python IDE. So in real time, we use IDE, integrated development environments, right? Like PyCharm, Jupyter, Spider, Eclipse, flow control statements, looping statements, strings, collections, Python lists, tuples, sets, dictionaries, dictionary creations, dictionary operations. Yes. Functions in Python, categories, their types of like lambda function, filter function, map function, filter function, zip function, right? Modules in Python, how to different ways of importing, renaming, reloading, right? Package in Python, errors and exception handling, reading data and writing data to a file, file handling, how to read data from a file, reading and writing operations, object-oriented programming concepts in brief, regular expressions, how to extract data from the given data, database connectivity, right? How to connect with database, and I'll show you the installation of one database and how to connect with it. Python data and time, operating system module. Advanced concept like iterator, generator, closures, decorators, working with CSV, XML, JSON, GUI programming, right? Yes. Excel workbook. Data analytics, introduction to data science, Python, pandas model in brief, NumPy model in brief, and matplotlib. These three top, especially this, if you observe this pandas, NumPy, and matplotlib, these are the main Python libraries. You can check it in other training sites also whether these libraries are available. Pandas, NumPy, and matplotlib. These are the important libraries of Python. Even if you have knowledge on these three libraries itself, Python, many job opportunities, right? Yes. Check it. If I say jobs on this NumPy, Matplotlib, Pandas jobs in Google, if you see lakhs of jobs, you can see, right? Yes. 1,74,682 NumPy job vacancies, 45,000 Pandas job vacancies, and Matplotlib, right? The great demand for these modules. I'll be discussing in brief about these three. So these 30 topics in brief I'll be discussing right here. For people who go for Python core and advanced, Python who wants Python full stack web development. So along with Python framework like Django framework in brief, like web frameworks, the Django installation, the Django project architecture, Django applications creations, the Django templates, the Django admin, the Django models. Yes. Around 15 applications will be developing in this Django, right? Course. And along with that, you will be getting the knowledge on this UI technologies in brief, means HTML in brief. Cascading style sheet, CSS and JavaScript and Bootstrap. This will be discussed in MySQL, right? Yes, just check with this, right? Python core and advanced around 70 hours, 2 months duration, 5,000 is the course fee. Along with this, right? I'll be discussing UI technologies, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Django framework, around 15 applications. One more framework I'll be discussing freely for this, like Flask framework, MySQL, and a project. Topics from 2 to 6 also I'll be spending around 70 hours, around 2 months duration, right? Yes. Python for 70 hours, frameworks for 70 hours, 2 months for Python, 2 months for frameworks, totally 140 hours, right? Yes. 5,000 for this Python, 7,000 for this framework, totally 12,000. But if you're taking the entire Python package with a single payment, it is 10,000. Timings of this batch, let me make it clear about the timings of this batch. First 1 week, it will be at 8 a.m. It starts at 8 a.m. But later, after 1 week, it will be starting at 7 a.m. I'm making it clear about the timings before you go with the payment process. First week it will be at 8 a.m. but second week onwards it will be starting at 7 to 8. We'll be getting each and every session video, soft copy of this class notes, assignments and tasks to work with. I'll be creating a WhatsApp group for the students directly to have interaction with me. So if any doubts, queries, you can take snap of it and post in the WhatsApp. I'll be answering. Resumes and interview questions, live interactive hands-on sessions, and 300 plus code examples in Python and 15 plus applications in the Django frameworks, right? You can see in the chart a big message is given by this online team, right? A big message like Python course content. Yes. Their contact details and the payment details, everything they forwarded. Tomorrow, everyone. Yes. So, yeah. If you got any queries, you can just go with your queries now. Just tomorrow also, you can attend the session same timing at 8 a.m. using the same link to see more discussion. Tomorrow I will be just briefing you about this comparison with other programming, means coding wise, people who are from non-programming or zero programming. Tomorrow you can just attend. I'll show you how simple the Python statements, how generating graphs in Python, means Python comparison with other programming. Yes. Any other queries you got? Yes. Yes, Kadir Akram, right? If you want Python, okay, Selenium, you can go for that. Any other queries you got? Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm currently working as a DevOps engineer, so cloud engineer. So I want to just extend my career towards data engineering. So for this one, so Python core and advanced will be suffice, or I need to learn the this framework as well.
A framework not required. People who are going for data analyst or data engineering or data scientist. So this Python core and advanced is enough. No need to go for that framework.
Okay, that was my question. Thank
So
you, sir.
I also deal with the data engineering courses, right? Like tomorrow there is a demo in the evening 6 p.m. right? Azure Data Engineer with Azure Cloud, Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks, PySpark, Synapse, Azure Data Lake, Azure SQL. These things will be discussed, right? Especially PySpark will be discussed in brief.
Okay, tomorrow at what time? 7 p.m.
6 p.m. in the evening.
6 p.m. Okay, sure.
Check this website, right? You can see the link for it. And
Sure.
okay. Any other, right? Any other? Okay. So if I'm done with the queries, let's sign off for now. Meet you tomorrow, same time at 8 o'clock with the same link. Yeah. Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow.